Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Al-Haras bin Mahathir, DIL201017, and for today I'm going to present my part, which is the introduction for our presentation, which is titled Product Quality and Safety Under Criminal Law. So starting with my part, which is the introduction. So we all are consumers, where consumers have their own right to quality and security of the good they bought, where it is one of the fundamental consumer rights that has been universally recognized. When we talk about universally recognized, it means that we in Malaysia also recognize this fundamental consumer right too. So there are many other fundamental consumer rights, such as right to basic needs, right to information of the good they're buying, or the right to choose on what they want to buy, to choose either the bad one or the good one, the right to redress, the right to be heard for any complaint, the right to consumer education, and the right to live in a clean environment. For the intro part, I'll pass to the next presenter.
Product safety refers to a product's ability to be safe for its intended use when measured against a set of established rules. It is mostly limited to statutory offences and can happen when the statutory definition of an offence neglect an express mens rea or negligent requirement. In addition, and without prejudice to Section 20 of CPA 1999, no person shall supply or offer to or advertise for supply any goods which are not reasonably safe, having regard to all circumstances. The quality of the product refers to the way a product meets the needs of the customer, participate in their purpose, and complies with industry standards.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Zikwan bin Fauzi, number matric DIL 201063. I'm going to present about the types of product safety and product qualities for consumer. So, firstly, product safety. Safety standards for products may relate to the composition, presentation, labeling, and instruction for use. They could also relate to the testing of goods during or after manufacture or processing. In Section 19, Subsection 2 of Consumer Protection Act 1999 state that the safety standard in relation to goods may relate to any or all of the following matters. A. The performance, composition, contents, manufacture, processing, design, construction, finish or packaging of the goods. B. The testing of the goods during or after manufacture or processing. C. The form and content of markings, warnings, or instruction to accompany the goods. Section 20 also provides that no person shall supply or offer to or advertise for supply or any goods or service which do not comply with the safety standards determined under Section 19. Then product quality types. Firstly, conformance. Manufacturer view product excellent in phrases of conformance to specification. This is finished with a method of excellent manage and excellent assurance. Done correctly, this affects in products which might be extraordinarily consistent. Secondly, fit for purpose. Customers view product quality primarily in terms of how a product fulfills their needs. Furthermore, communication and information. Customer expectancies additionally affect excellent perception. Negative surprise together with a lacking function and bring about bad product ratings. As such, packaging, academic content, material, and advertising and marketing communicate play a function in excellent via way of means of coping with expectancies. In addition, customer has a right for information. Next, safety and security. Safety and protection incidents can purpose severe harm to a product's reputation. For example, a running device this is at risk of data protection assault can be considered as low quality. Lastly, as efficiency is a primary quality consideration for product that are resource intensive. Then, according to section 32, subsection 2B of the CPA 1999, acceptable quality is tested not only by reference to the goods but also to the consumer's expectation, whether a reasonable consumer fully acquaint with the state and condition of the goods, including any hidden defect, would regard the goods as acceptable. In addressing the issue of acceptable quality, the following factors are taken into consideration: the nature of the goods, the price of that goods, and any statement made about the goods on any packaging or on label, any representation about the goods by the supply or the manufacturer, and all other relevant circumstances. That's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Aziz Najwan. So right now I'm gonna present about law and case law. So for the first law is Consumer Protection Act 1969, and the second one is Sale of Drugs Act 1952, and the third one is Food Act 1983. So for the first case law is Olsen against RT Enterprise Inc. 1972. The case of Olsen against Arctic Enterprise, the plaintiff suffered an injury on a snowmobile ride and claimed that the injury was due to a design defect of the snowmobile. However, the court accepted the defendant's argument that the said snowmobile safety design was at its best, given the technology and industrial knowledge applied in its design. Therefore, the snowmobile ridden by the plaintiff was certified as non-defective. Hence, the defendant won, even though the plaintiff had suffered an injury. So for the news, Kuala Lumpur, the number of food poisoning cases nationwide recorded a decrease of 57% this year, which means until September, to 123 cases, compared with 288 cases over the same period last year. Health Ministry Khairi Jamaluddin said although the situation is under control, the ministry will continue to implement various promotional activities and interventions to improve the level of food safety and prevent food poisoning to protect the people. Food safety is something that must not be taken lightly. Productivity can be increased through the production of safe and quality food via continuous effort implemented by all stakeholders to ensure food produce is safe for the people, he said in his speech during the virtual Clean and Safe Market Competition Award ceremony held in conjunction in the World Food Safety Day. Khairi said the ministry, through its food safety and quality program, is responsible for ensuring food and raw materials in the local markets comply with the Food Act 1983 and its regulation. So for the Sales of Drugs Act 1952 is an act relates to the selling pharmaceutical drugs. In consonance with this act, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong may employ several analysts, while the Chief Minister may hire drug inspectors and officers and assign their job description. Any officers or inspectors may mark, seal, or else secure, calculate, measure, or weigh any drug appear to be conflicting to this act. They may also get hold of any drug that is deleterious to healthiness and abolish any drug that is found to be putrefied. Under Section 10, an individual involved in sales of any adulterated drug and do not notify purchaser sells any drug that contains an incorrect or ambiguous statement, brand, word, or mark on the packaging, sells any drug that contains addition of substance that is prohibited, sell any drug that contains a larger ratio of any substance than that which is permitted, sell any drug contains denatured alcohol, methyl alcohol, or isopropyl alcohol intended for internal use, sells any drug that is containing the quality of medication claimed by customer are all commits an offence, as reported by the Star Online. Recently, the Ministry of Pharmacy Enforcement Division and the Public Health Development Division inspect 78 premises is an operation and seized 66,988 e-cigarettes liquid suspect to contain nicotine. Nicotine is considered as one of the Group C poisons. Any preparation which contain nicotine shall be registered with the Drug Control Authority as stated in the Sales of Drug Act 1952 and Control of Drug and Cosmetic Regulation 1984. The Director General of Health, Dr. Nur Hishamullah, said the offenders are punished under Section 12 and 13 of the Sale of Drug Act 1952. According to Section 12, any person who commits an offence for the first time can be fined not greater than 25,000 or imprisoned not more than 3 years or to both. For a subsequent offence, he can be fined not more than 50,000 ringgit. On the other side, anybody cooperates with the person who commits an offence can be fined not more than 50,000 ringgit for the first time, and for the subsequent offence, it can be fined not more than 100,000 ringgit. Notification include name, occupation, place of business, fine, forfeiture, and the nature of offence shall be published in newspaper in the court order to do so. The court of such publication is charged on an individual who commits offence in contradiction of this act as a civil debt based on Section 14.
So next is body related to consumer protection. The government had also made actions on how to increase the protection and of security and quality of products where everything that occurred to the consumers may be referred to KPD and HEP. So, talking about the actions taken by the government, first of all, the government had launched a program named Consumer Protection Program, where this program is responsible towards the consumer protection affairs through new laws and policies review and proposal to protect consumer, receive consumer complaint, and act as a secretariat to the National Consumer Advisory Council. That is one body that relates to consumer protection, and one more body is where I stated before, which is the KPD and HEB. That's all from me. I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
For the conclusion, in Malaysia, Product Safety Act regulates crime that affect public health and safety. The application of criminal law is considered one of the ways to manage crimes against product safety. Crime created by relevant regulation is not a true crime. And when we define crime as morally wrong, the moral statements are not always correct. But they do not include moral question. They are called moral question. The word must be interpreted strictly, which means cheating. Therefore, the author would like to point out The Product Safety Act provide for strict criminal liability if the relevant provision do not say anything intentionally. In addition, it has been shown that creating highly criminals can protect consumers from unsafe products. Manufacturers have to go through a process that ensures the product they release are safe. This is done during a number of phases including design, manufacturing and advertising. Unfortunately, a number of manufacturers don't always abide by the regulation that prevent them from releasing dangerous product. It's important, though, for the manufacturers to ensure items are safe for multiple reasons. Unfortunately, dangerous products created by manufacturers can cause serious injuries to consumers. Victims who have been harmed may be able to file a product liability lawsuit for the damages they have sustained. The victim must prove that the injury was caused as a result of any of the following, which is design defect for the first one. A design defect occurs when a design is potential danger. For instance, it can be due to an item with a sharp edge and no protection, or a child's toy designed to be made with lead paint. For the second one, manufacturing defect. During the manufacturing phase, the company needs to ensure that the parts are assembled correctly. If a part falls off, especially with regard to a child's toy, it can become a choking hazard or not work correctly, putting the consumer in direct danger of injury. For the third one is a failure to warn. If a product has potential danger, the manufacturer must provide a warning informing the consumer of the hazard. For instance, a product that used as instruct causing an injury may be attributed to user error. If there is no warning of the danger and the consumer is hurt, the manufacturer may be considered liable. If a product is not safe, it can cause serious and often life-threatening injuries. This can include broken bones, laceration, amputation, choking hazards, strangulation, and more. For this reason, manufacturers must take action to protect consumers, ensuring all products are safe. Such as case Canon and Dunphy, our Milwaukee products liability lawyers aggressively pursue lawsuits on behalf of individuals who have been harmed due to the negligence of a manufacturer. If you have been hurt, you need skilled advocates who can help you put together a case and seek the compensation you need. That's all for me. Thank you.